Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday to us all. Thank you, WolfX, for your offer to smack any nuts that miss out on this stream. I appreciate that offer. I'm glad that you will help to marshal the troops into my stream. I hope you've all had a good week so far and that you have a good weekend to look forward to. Tonight is Friday night, which means, of course, that we are looking at Forza Horizon 5. There has been a new update released, I believe, yesterday or last night. I don't know precisely, but it adds a few other things, a few technical updates. Some Rocket Bunny kits are coming back from, I think, Horizon 4 they were in, and one or two different cars that are kind of unremarkable. But of most interest to me, at least, is it adds the donut story. I've quite liked the donut YouTube channel, so I'll be interested to see how it plays out. I did boot it up previously, and it glitched out, so I don't know if I've accidentally ruined the opening cutscene to the new donut story, or if it'll replay. If it doesn't, then we'll just have to break out YouTube and see what we can find. What are you doing at school, Wolf? I assume by school you mean university? Or college or whatever? Senior high school, okay. Hell yeah. Good place to be. Yeah, it's not super long now to the Christmas break, is it? Yeah, I do miss that. Okay, why does this keep happening? Even better. So I'm gonna have to restart the game because it is not showing up on my monitor. I just have a black screen, which is, as they say, very on poggers. Oh man, that's annoying. You didn't get audio. Interesting. Okay. Thank you for that. I'm just going to toggle some switches in the old NVIDIA control panel and see if we can at least jerry rig it for tonight. Howdy, Shadow Fox. How are you? How has work been this week for you? Now, hopefully this works now. Hopefully this boots up properly. I don't know what's causing this issue where my monitor doesn't display the image. But it's still being captured, obviously, so I don't think it's a graphics card thing. I think it's the monitor itself. Man, that's anyway. Yeah, I'm all right. It sucks about having to do overtime. Will you at least be getting paid time and a half for your work over the weekend? I'm doing all right. Okay, well, not not great, obviously, but at least you're getting compensated for it. I'm doing well, thank you. I've got a pretty quiet weekend, so I'll be trying to figure out technical issues such as this monitor situation and my camera. I got my I dropped my camera a while back and the camera body is busted. But apparently, according to the repair shop, the camera lens is fine. But I'm having some funny things with it focusing, so I want to double check that. Okay, well, the monitor's working now. I don't know why it needs me to just kind of toggle a setting on and off again. But if it works, it works. And it'll do for tonight. And absolutely, it's better in your pocket than it is. Absolutely. Okay, that's a glowing endorsement shadow. The only thing I'm really interested in is the donut story. Outside of that, I think it looks pretty average. I'm interested in what the AMD FSR is. The updated version. What that'll mean for the computer and the stream. Aren't the Morris, the mini ones, aren't they new? The ones towards the last few weeks of the update? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But if they're new to this game, that's not too bad then. Sure, it's not great that they took them out in the first place, but it's not like the Lycan Co., which is a recycled car from this game. That's a bit rough. A Swedemobile from last stream.
Is this thing on?
It is on, James. We're announcing festival playlist. Read your notes, man.
Cool. Yeah, so we built a car and we threw it around a rally course.
Go check out the Donut Media Horizon story where we did that.
This is everything you need to know to get up to speed on the Lincoln Co. number 100 Cyan Racing 03.
James, we're not on YouTube. This is for the Horizon Festival.
I knew that. Still a really good car, Nolan. Let me have this. Anyways, the Cyan concept is what you get when you build a road car out of a world touring car.
Just gonna let them keep talking.
Engineering that performs on all roads, in all seasons, and in all conditions. Get it now. Use it everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not exactly super exciting. You say that no one is particularly interested, but I am quite interested in the Morris Traveller, to be honest. But outside of that, I don't think anything's really jumping out at me. Okay, well, let's start as we always do with the trial. What cars can we get? We can get a nice range. Hey. And what sponsors logos are you looking at putting together? Or do you not know yet? Maybe we could go for GT. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I saw a Honda NSX the other day. That was pretty nice. In real life, on the road. Okay, so there's a pretty good selection of cars we can take for this. Yeah, I don't think I've actually ever seen one. Certainly not in Australia. And that goes up to A800. Okay.
Welcome back, comrade.
Thanks for having me, Anna. What does that TVR do for us? Is that S? No, it's A800. Okay. That's what we're going to be using then. Yeah, this one was in red. It was just a regular NSX. Didn't have any of the NSX-R kind of paraphernalia on it. Very cool cars though. Oop. Asking a little bit too much apparently over there. It's fun to team. I will confess, I don't rightly know if it was just a stock one. Only because it was like 2 lanes deep going in the other direction. So I couldn't really get my eyeballs on it for too long. Let alone too close. I think the FSR update's definitely a plus. It looks a lot better and it's running just as well as it used to. Oh, what am I doing? Let's get that dashboard going on. Unable to join. That's unfortunate. Let's try that again then. Wow, there you go, okay. Popping out to pick up the Financial Times, I guess. I don't think I've ever seen a DB11 in the flesh. I've seen a DB9. And I saw a repeat about 2 months ago, which was lovely. But I've never seen a DB11 before. But as with a lot of those cars, I often feel like, I don't know, it's almost like having a racehorse and just keeping it in a really small paddock, you know? I feel like it's such a waste of a car to buy it and then just kind of drive it around the city. I saw one of those recently too, actually, at Gran Turismo. I think I saw it a few weeks ago on the way to church, actually. I was turning into the street and it was turning out. But like there was a one of the doctors in the suburb that I work. I don't know if he still does. I haven't seen it for a while at least. Drove a Ferrari. I think it wasn't anything super, you know, la-di-da. It was just a California, I think, if I remember correctly. But still, it was like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you need to be doing more with your Ferrari than just driving it to work and back, you know? Oh, absolutely. Maserati is kind of falls through the cracks a little bit. So I feel like with their more recent spread of models, Maserati is kind of trying to be I guess like the equivalent of AMG as a badge. Why can't we connect? This is weird. Okay. Ever since I saw it in the Top Gear thing, I've always liked the shape of the Maserati Merak. Let's just we'll do a different race in the meantime then.
when it is safe to do so.
No, neither would I. They look really quite nice. They've got a lovely shape to them. Obviously, I'd like to try and spend a little bit more money on it than Jeremy did on his, but I think that's one of the few cases where I actually preferred Jeremy's car to the other two's. That's one car that I would love to see in this game, that Marak. I'd love to see that in here. Yeah, I mean, they all were, but what do you expect for £1,000, right? Or whatever it was, 1,500. Thank you, Sergeant. So Shadow, are you just busy because it's coming up to the Christmas period, or? Yeah, I mean, I definitely prefer the 70s supercars to the 80s ones. Like, I've never liked the Countach or even the Diablo. I've never really liked those cars at all. Even back when I was playing, like, Need for Speed 3, I think, which was the first Top Pursuit, when I was probably 7 or something like that. It just...
You have arrived at your destination.
It just didn't appeal to me. Okay. I honestly can't believe how close we are to the end of the year. It's kind of wild to me. It really has. I feel like it was May or something just last week. At the most, last month. Oh yes, of course, your Buick's almost there. Wow. I completely forgot about that. So has it actually arrived yet, or is it still at sea? And I guess the other thing is, when it does arrive, does it have to wait in customs for a period of time first, or... Like, what's the process from it actually getting off the ship to getting in your garage?
In 400 meters, turn right. Right.
I've often, like, thought about the idea of importing a car. It just seems like such a big decision to make. Sure, let's go to the Shelby Cove. Are you able to drive it straight away, or do you have to put it on a trailer and get it registered and certified and what have you? Yeah. Thank you, Sergeant.
Who likes good news? Everyone? Then
Oh, because I need to extend that slightly. Thank you, Gonzo Gameplay 321. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. Glad you like what you see. Alright, let's try and race these Mustangs. How are you doing this evening or morning, Gonzo? And what's the condition of the vehicle? Is it, Shadow, is it one that you'll be able to drive home, or... Gonzo, I'm not gonna lie. I cannot read anything you were saying, I'm sorry. For ease of moderation, this is preferably an English-only chat, sorry. Just because I can't read Polish, so I can't tell if you're, you know, inciting hate crimes or whatever in the chat, which would cause me to get banned. I think I'm going to have to take another whack at this and do a little work on the Mustang. Yeah, I thought I remembered something like that. Well, I mean, that's why you bought it, right? It's your project car. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make up 7 places in the next one lap. So I am learning the car at least, which is nice. Yeah. I can't remember if I asked you this before, but are you planning on repairing the engine or replacing the engine, or...? Okay, will you be trying to... I guess the question is, will you be trying to keep it as close to kind of as it was? Or will you be taking some kind of poetic license with your repairs and or customizations? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit, just so I don't have to restart the whole thing again. Yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely what I'd prefer to do at least. If I had the option of doing that kind of work. Let's take this bad boy to the festival and see if we can't do some work on it. Yes, of course. guess the other thing is, will you be adding things like disc brakes to it, or sticking with what I imagine are drums? No, I didn't think so. But I imagine there will be some people who would think that would be heresy to replace what it came with, you know? Okay, we need fat rear tires. Okay, well, 20mm does help a little bit. Let's get it on full slicks. Let's get some race suspension. We go to the right menu. Because I'm focusing on handling, I think, for this. Because I reckon we're doing relatively alright in terms of power. I just want to be able to take those corners better. Gearbox we got going on. Let's get a race transmission. Do that. And whilst that would be alright for that horse, may not be alright for others. Let's stick with what we've got for now, in terms of aero, and let's look at the old engine. What year is the Buick that you're getting again? Like what year was it produced? I can't recall if it was like a 60s or a 50s kind of thing. 71. I was going to say if it was a little bit older, I would also recommend having a look at like white wall tires or something. But I think 70s as well outside of the white wall era. The other question I can't remember is what if, what color is it? Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well, it sounds like you've got an early Christmas present coming then. Go to that one because the acceleration isn't hampered quite as much. We didn't have a look at weight reduction. Let's look at that. The roll cage help us. Well, I mean, you're coming into winter, so you've got good weather for that kind of stuff, I imagine. Very lightweight wheels, excellent. Yeah, that'll do nicely. We might give it a lick of paint. But otherwise, I think we've done some good stuff. Green across the board in terms of upgrades. Okay, what do we have? What's number 2? It's the roof. Okay. Weird. And arguably a little bit disappointing as well, actually. Let's just do that. Just keep it simple. Thank you, Sergeant. Go slightly lighter than before, a bit orange. I guess the other question is, how did you actually find this car? Like, was it just on eBay, or is there a kind of old car specific sales website? I mean, there must be, surely. I'm going in the wrong direction. We are a little bit faster. Ah, okay. You love to see video games leaking out into real life in that way and helping each other out.
Turn right.
I was thinking the other day, one thing I do miss from the older Horizon games, specifically Horizon 2, were those car meet things that you'd have.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that would have been ideal.
Turn right.
But I imagine you're fairly confident in
Destination.
its quality. You know, in that you know what you're expecting. It does look really nice, yellow with the white rims. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, I've found that if you know how to kind of ask the question, someone else has already asked it on the internet. Whether someone has answered it is another matter, but you're almost never the first person to ask the question. You could start one of those YouTube channels that aren't uncommon these days, of people working on their cars. Yeah. That's assuming like the engine hasn't seized up or whatever. Alright, let's see what this yellow rocket can do. Yep. Kind of, yeah, have to get a little bit more mechanically persuasive in that case. Yeah, I thought I didn't get that one. But the fact that it took so long to kind of trigger, I was like, oh, maybe I did. Okay, well that's a plus then. At least that kind of removes some things from the checklist then, in terms of issues that you need to look for. I speak like I have any knowledge or experience mechanically, but I have none. Well, this has turned out to be quite a lovely car to drive, actually. Yeah, otherwise you'll have to get some sort of... You can get additive, right? To kind of convert unleaded to effectively leaded fuel, if I remember correctly. Or at least, I feel like you used to. I remember someone talking about that. But if you can, I mean, it'd be so much easier to just be able to run it on regular unleaded. Come on, him has it. Be through. Around the outside, there we go. Well, like I said, I'd be interested in watching a kind of YouTube series of you putting it back together. If you're looking for some content creation ideas. Yeah. I imagine your hands are pretty full between full-time work and now a part-time project car coming up. Not really allowing time for another hobby in there. Okay, where is the next race? Right over there, and then where's the last one over here? Let's do that one first because it's a sprint. Ain't that the truth?
100 meters. Turn left.
I always feel like there's so much I want to do when I get home from work or on the weekend or whatever, but there's just so little time.
400 meters. Turn left. Turn left.
Like I'm trying to... Yeah, absolutely. I don't get home that late, but that is exactly what I want to do. I just want to not do anything. But as an adult, that's not really possible.
Turn right.
You know, there's the washing to do, or the dinner to be cooked.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
And that's assuming you've only got responsibilities for yourself.
Second exit. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
I was going to get kickflipped by one of those steps.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about slow cookers. I'm a little different in that what I do is I just do all of my cooking on the Monday and then just have leftovers for the rest of the week. It's not necessarily the most appealing. But as long as you cook nice stuff, it's not too bad. Yeah. And it often takes, you know, it almost always takes so much longer to cook it than it does to eat it. And you gotta clean it all up. And yeah, it just doesn't feel like there's enough time. I can't imagine it's something new though. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Surely our parents and what have you would have had a similar feeling, or is it just that there's more possibilities now for us? So there's the possibility of doing more things now. So it feels like we're missing out on doing more things as a result. Lovely. Very traditional, a Sunday roast. What kind of meat do you roast out of curiosity on a Sunday? Because over here in Australia, it would probably be a lamb roast, I think. I haven't had a Sunday roast in forever. I've certainly never cooked one myself. I probably could do it now because I do have a fan forced oven now, which is a huge upgrade, by the way. Fan forced is so much better than convection or conventional. Ah, yes, lovely, fine choices. Huge fan of the fact that it is now raining. I think it's very inconsiderate for the people at Playground Games to make the Mustang one a rainy race. I don't think I've ever had roast duck before, now that you say that. I have heard it is quite a fatty meat. I mean, I know it's often at like the Chinese restaurants or whatever, but even then I don't normally pick it up. My brother will. He's a bit more adventurous than I am when it comes to foods. Okay. Good pro tip. Don't overcook duck. Yeah, because I feel like I definitely do that with chicken. Just because I'm always a little bit... let's try that again and stay on the tarmac this time. I'm always a little bit cautious of undercooking it, so I think I err on the side of overcooking chicken. Probably to its detriment, if I'm honest. okay. Interesting, okay. Thank you, Sergeant. I will keep that in mind, Shadow. That does make a lot of sense, yeah. Yeah, it can. We're gaining on the chap in the first place, but I don't think we're going to get him. Second isn't too bad. And this guy wasn't second last time, if I remember correctly, so that's possible. 3 wheels! Yeah, I definitely noticed my chicken kebabs will often dry out, and I think that's primarily because I am overcooking them. At least a little bit. Okay, and let's go to that last sprint race.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
That sounds delightful. A very nice sprint.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. At the roundabout, take the second exit. 200 meters.
You go for the mid sauce with your lamb?
Turn sharp left.
Okay. Alright, well. I guess no one's perfect. As we've just witnessed.
In 400 meters, turn right.
And again, I'm one to talk. I don't particularly like gravy at all, to be
Turn
honest.
right.
9 times out of 10 I will prefer my food without a sauce, to be honest. You know, unsauced chips, that kind of stuff. Yeah, my can't be bothered is basically get a packet of 10 kebabs,
You've arrived at your destination.
slap those bad boys in the oven, put on the rice cooker, and nuke some frozen vegetables, and then you've got your dinner sorted for several nights. That's my hands off. I've had a long day. I don't want to man the stovetop for too long meal. Oh, good choice. I haven't had sausages in a while, actually. I should have a look at that. Those again. Loading. Still loading. Finished loading? Finished loading. Sounds like you're quite the chef shadow as well, by the way. Oh, look at these. I almost lose it in that corner. Sounds like that has kept you in good stead then. Can't remember the championship standings, but I'm going to let this fellow win. Now, were Nan-sized portions larger than the ones you have currently? I imagine they would have been. If the grandma stereotype is anything to go by. We are zooming, but this guy is zooming a little bit harder than we are, I think. Feed you with an inch of your life on the off chance you don't get fed again until they see you again. This kind of weird, almost distrust of their own child that they won't feed their grandkids enough, so that the grandmother will have to step up and feed them the sufficient amount. I'm definitely a dessert man. I have a sweet tooth, much to the disappointment of my waistline. Unfortunately, my brother and I, my mother is the youngest of 4, and we were the youngest out of the grandkids as well. So by the time we turned up, the grandma wasn't particularly, you know, the stereotypical grandma of having the kids over for sleepover and stuff like that. That didn't really happen with us. Ah, they sound so nice. There's something nice about those kind of warm winter desserts. My mum does a stupendous chocolate self-saucing pudding, which is delightful. Unfortunately, we've moved out of the weather for that down here. Okay, let's try the... change back to the TBR, and let's try the trial again. TBR, where you at? There you at. Damn. Damn, that sounds good. Sounds really nice.
Feels so good.
Yeah, at Christmas again, desserts are my favorite by far. I've always been a Christmas pudding fellow. But recently my mother also discovered, what is it? The kind of homemade chocolate ice cream cake of sorts that uses melted chocolate, sweetened condensed milk, and something else, and then you put that in the freezer and it basically turns into ice cream. Delightful. Crushed up ginger nut biscuits and a layer of cream, then mandarins. Okay. Interesting. That is quite straightforward though, you're right. But it still sounds really nice. Come on, work. Why are we unable to connect? That's whack. Oh yeah. But I mean, isn't that half of all of the kind of Christmas meals? Heart attacks just waiting to happen. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way without doing the trial. That's alright. Let's have a look at what we're doing with this. Retro sports cars. Oh, luckily we're in the neighborhood.
In 200 meters, turn sharp left. Turn sharp left.
Okay, slightly overestimated my brakes. Oh yeah, I mean... my family slash my mother and stepfather aren't hosting the family Christmas, but whenever they do, there's always just endless amounts of leftovers.
400 meters, turn left.
When I was living back at home, you know, we'd probably be eating Christmas food probably into the new year, if we're honest. Some years. Which isn't always bad, but you can only have so much Christmas ham before it does get a little bit one note, you know?
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right. In 200 meters,
Yeah.
turn right.
So I've never really been a fan
Turn
of
right.
the old Christmas turkey.
You have arrived at your destination.
As far as poultry go, I much prefer a chicken, to be honest. I remember one year my mother, I can't remember why, but she couldn't find, she wasn't able to get a turkey, so she had to get chicken breast instead. And afterwards everyone basically said, oh, it's so much nicer. so whenever we have it, we don't have turkey anymore, we have chicken.
Feels so good.
Because everyone just likes it better. I don't mind turkey mince, but I don't like a roast turkey. Not as much as a roast chicken, at least. That sounds so English. Chickens, chips, and baked beans. But yeah, absolutely right. You can do a lot more, I feel, with leftover chicken than you can with leftover turkey. My mother also will, oh, la-di-da, a roast goose. I feel like I've heard of that before, but it still surprises me that that's even a thing. It's not a bird I would kind of think of eating. A goose, to be honest. I've always thought of them, I guess kind of like how I think of ducks, not really as a meat bird, even though they obviously are. Just kind of as a wild bird that lives in parks and stuff. Thank you, Sergeant. Yes, I've heard that particularly the Canadian geese are quite aggressive. Which is funny because they're so very different to their cousins, I guess, the swan. No, I imagine it isn't. But they've got a bit more of a beak than a bill that a duck has, don't they? Nope, 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 nope. Well, we lost a little bit of control there, but we looked awesome doing it, so... not a huge loss then. Oh. That must have been a memorable experience, I imagine. A real learning moment for a young Shadow. I don't know if I know my brother, not necessarily growing up on a farm, but more growing around animals thing. We've always had cats. That's just what our family would do. And the cat that was around when he was born, and for a few years after that, he would perhaps get a little bit too forward in terms of approaching it, and it was tolerant up until a point. So there would often be, silence from the living room as my brother approached, and then as it gets, and then tears as he gets kind of battered away, / a little bit of scratching from the cat because he got a little bit too up in its business. As for me, I don't think I've been particularly chased by anything that I can think of. Okay, let's try that again. The closest, I guess, was when we were younger, my brother and I and my mother went out to Western Plains Zoo in New South Wales, which is kind of like one of those larger drive-through zoos of sorts. And we went out there, and you could kind of buy a tent for a night and do some sort of glamping kind of stuff. Yeah, like a safari park, that's the ticket. And part of the deal was you also got like a sunset tour around the kind of backside of the park that the regular day trippers couldn't check out. And when we went to the lion enclosure, the lions were watching us, and because my brother and I were the smallest members of the herd, if you will, as we walked up and down... Oh, there's been an accident, it looks like. As we walked up and down, the lions were stalking us, because we were the weakest of the pack. A little bit of fun. Luckily there was a nice fence between us. But I don't think I've ever been properly attacked by anything. I think it was more scary for my mother. I don't think... I don't think my brother and I really quite knew what was going on, to be honest. I haven't even really had the Australian rite of passage of being swooped by a magpie.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Oh, I won all the street races. Awesome. That was entirely by accident. Hey, I got an E-class. Lovely. Okay. All coming up Jow, apparently. You'll have to see it. Whoa!
Turn right.
Suddenly teleporting forward. Oh, that sounds rough. That sounds really rough. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can easily get killed by that kind of stuff.
Take the third exit.
Come on, around the corner. There we go. I don't think I've ever really been...
400 meters.
Just trying to think. I don't think I've ever really been up close to a horse now that I think about it.
Turn left.
I certainly don't think I've ridden one before.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah,
Your destination.
when I was growing up, they were building a big highway, kind of where we were. So we would often, apparently, according to my mother, I think I was too young to remember it, go down and basically just stand and watch the construction, and that was just the greatest entertainment for me, apparently. Just watching all the machines do their stuff. There's something about little kids and watching just like construction workers do their stuff. It's weird though, because like I like to watch it, but even then I'm pretty sure, because I think it's a fair statement to say that at least for boys in the 90s, yeah, the backhoes, or as I called them apparently back in the day, the backhoe fronto backhoe loaders, because I think I got a little bit carried away with the name, so I just didn't quite know when to stop. But like, I was in the camp of wanting to be a firefighter, whereas my brother was firmly in the wanting to be the builder camp. But I do find it interesting that even then, I was still like, this is sick, watching the construction site. And I mean, it would have been. I think I could still probably, like if I was in an apartment building or whatever overlooking a construction site, I think I could probably still sit down and spend an afternoon with a nice drink or something and just kind of watch them work away for a little bit. I think that could be quite nice. I went to a hotel room that my aunt and uncle were staying at when they had come down to Sydney to visit, and they were overlooking one of the large highways towards the city here, and it was great fun just to sit and watch the cars do their stuff. There's something kind of hypnotic about just watching the world go by. Get out of the way, I'm the only custom build supercar here, I think. Or at least high-end sports car. Yeah. Now here's a weird question for you. What do your cement mixers look like? The ones in Australia have the cabin at the front and the big urn behind it, obviously, and the urn faces backwards and they reverse up to let the cement out. And I ask this because in the States, in the United States, it's a little bit weirder. Many of them will have a similar situation, cabin at the front, drum at the back, but the drum will be positioned in such a way that it'll be unloaded over the cabin, not at the back like they are here in Australia. It's such a strange thing to see. Okay, I thought that was the case. The couple of times I've been to London, whatever, I didn't see these weird cement mixers. Wouldn't mind going back to the UK. More specifically, I'd like to go back to Scotland. Yeah, that'd be nice. Travel through the Scottish Highlands. We had, still to this day, I kind of miss it. We had a sandpit in our front yard because we were on an interesting block of land where the front yard was larger than the backyard. Just because I think we had some sort of council infrastructure in the front yard so we couldn't build that far forward. But we had a... You've probably seen them as well. It was a kind of fixed in place excavator with two levers that allowed you to lift up the arm but then also actuate the actual digging section of the arm from the elbow joint. Oh man, great times. Great times I had. It's nothing quite like a good sandpit. Epic black biker jacket. Hell yeah. I'm epic. So I will wear my epic black biker jacket. That is annoying. Yep. Gotta have that. Yeah, that's right. I'll deal with that later. Was that the... No, there was one more. One more race.
In 400 meters, turn sharp left.
Yeah, simpler time in the sandpit, that's for sure.
In 400 meters.
Ah, interesting, okay.
Turn right.
For a while before she retired, my mother worked for a professional body that dealt with the quarrying industry here in Australia. And every year they'd have a conference where all of the different warriors would come together and,
400 meters. Turn sharp left.
drink and be merry, basically, as far as I can tell. And part of it would be, and it was in different locations each year, and part of it would be going to have a look at one of the local quarries would put up their hands and say, hey, come and check it out.
In 400
So she's actually
turn right.
seen one of those absolutely enormous dump trucks, and I am a little bit jealous of that fact.
Turn right.
Oh, that reminds me, one of the things that I still remember to this day, and I've only just remembered it now.
You will arrive at your destination.
Every year in Sydney, except for COVID years, obviously, there's basically an agricultural show.
Destination.
So it's kind of developed a bit more from that, the Royal Easter Show, it's called. And I still remember to this day seeing some of those enormous tractors, like with the caterpillar treads and their two hydraulically linked elements, and that's how it turns, by bending the linkage between the two. Oh man, I forgot about that until now. So cool. It's probably the biggest machinery I've really gotten up close and personal to. Except for some tanks that I've seen, but I feel like the excavators and tractors are probably a little bit bigger actually. Yeah, those are enormous. It's frankly amazing how big things can get that we can build. And how big things can get that we can build that are meant to move. Like, it doesn't just stay in one place, it moves around the mine area as it digs. It's crazy. Any second now to load in. There we go. Finally turned up. Alright, the last race, let's go. Nice push. 9 to 8, I imagine. Wow, that's huge. I mean, it's enormous. Yeah, I was going to say, it's basically a warship in size. And I think 15,000 tons, if I remember correctly, is about the size of a cruiser. By some measures, at least. But I might be wrong on that fact. Oh yeah, first place, baby. Someone should make a construction vehicle racing game, but in the style of like Need for Speed Underground or whatever. So you race the Bobcat skid steer loaders or the backhoe loaders or whatever, but then you can also put sweet body kits on them and like underglow neons or whatever. get those enormous coal mining dump trucks and put like 300-inch rims on them. I think it'll be hilarious. It's a lot of effort to put into what is basically a meme, but I'd not find it funny. Yeah, that would be... I was going to say, that's probably the closest. Those kind of demolition derby kind of games. But now to think about it, surely someone's put that kind of thing into a PNG or something. It seems like the kind of thing someone would put into PNG. But I was watching a Twitch streamer by the name of Zavato Fox stream PNG, what would it be, 14 hours ago now, and they like imported a Wii or something, a Nintendo Wii. It wasn't drivable, it was just a Nintendo Wii. And they just put it on the road and then ran it over with something. Like, if someone took the effort to make a Nintendo Wii, surely they've made an actual, you know, steamroller or quarry dump truck that you can drive. Alright, the dub is mine. To celebrate, I will pop it and lock it. Alrighty. Yeah, this shows how much I've done of the street scene. Oh, that's the midnight battle, isn't it? My mistake. Let's have a look at the midnight battle. I haven't done one of those yet. No, I'm trying to hit. Let's have a look at the midnight battle.
Kid, you're into the second midnight battle, and it is a good thing that these aren't secret anymore, because I am telling, like, everybody in Mexico.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day when I was playing Wreckfest, I would love to have a... Like, if you recall the, some of the race events that old Top Gear would do, like there was the airport machinery race. I think that would be fantastic fun to have that as a game. Like construction machinery, like I talked about previously, airport machinery, all of that stuff would be hilarious fun to drive. Or even if it was just like a just like a hardcore lawnmower racing sim. Like instead of in Wreckfest where there's only one ride-on lawnmower, you've got several different models, got ways to upgrade them. What am I looking for? I don't know. I don't think much says Midnight Battle more than a Civic Type R. Yes, that would be fantastic. Double deckers or the articulated ones would also be hilarious fun. I could see the rear of it kind of flapping around a little bit. Come on, VTEC, you gotta kick in. not going to get smoked by CZ Phillips. If we can avoid it. So far we cannot. Stay on the road. I mean, it would be equally hilarious just thinking about it if it was like a race, but it was more like a competitive route game where you had to compete with other buses to complete the route in time. They were like fighting over getting the different passengers and then getting them to their destinations kind of thing. Kind of like a combination of Wreckfest and Crazy Taxi or something. You could, actually, now that I think about it, you could kind of do that in places like Moscow or Egypt or Cairo, where they don't really have a, for lack of a better term, properly organized transport system. So they've got, at least on the surface, they've got a lot of minibus routes. So you could have like have a game where you play as a very competitive minibus driver trying to compete for this patronage of people. The VTEC just didn't kick in. Looks like we're gonna have to try that again. Yeah, I'm sure no one in like workplace health and safety would find anything wrong with that. It'll be a great way to celebrate Christmas. Yeah. I'm racing that guy, I know. Come on. I don't know if this was the best car to choose, to be honest. Yeah, because it'd also be kind of a weird... what's the word for it? Driving model. It'd be kind of like just driving a car in reverse, because it's the rear axle that does all the turning on a forklift, isn't it? Round we go. Into the wall, excellent. Let's take that again. Shadow, it sounds like you're talking like someone who's forklift certified. Damn. I was unaware or forgot that I had someone forklift certified in my chat. Very pockers. So are all the memes true about being forklift certified? It gets you all the ladies. People just swoon when you mention that you're forklift certified. Thank you, Sergeant. Well, Oh, sounds like someone swooned. Alright, that's better. The VTEC kicked in that time. You must have had some bad VTEC on the last one, that's all. I'm glad we got some of the good VTEC this time around.
You know the rule.
It wasn't your ability to organize a warehouse both kind of laterally but also vertically. Okay. I could try the trial again, see if it loads this time. Give it a shot. I'm not going to hold my breath though.
Street racers, don't worry. The CRX is going to a good home. We promise.
Oh, we got a new car. Neat. Okay, hopefully this works. Nope. Okay. Back to the offline way. Vans and utilities. I don't really know what vans or utilities I have. Let alone in the C600 class. Ah, yes. Thank you. Of course, it was the Wuling Sunshine, that's what I meant to get. All aboard. One thing I do want to check is, yeah, it looks like it might be a little bit off-road. Engage, yeah, absolutely, engage Soccer mode. Cross country, okay. Let's get some off-road tires on the Soccer Mum car. We'll stop off at my house. Hell yeah. Absolutely zooming. Gotta get Terrence to soccer. And we're running late. We don't quite have enough power to change gears. Yeah, absolutely. That's another kind of missed opportunity in the racing game genre.
Turn left.
I want to totally pimp out my
400 meters.
Toyota Tarago people mover and then race it against someone's Espace or whatever. Or Mazda MPV. Again, I think that would be hilarious fun. There needs to be more car games that have just regular cars doing just bananas things. Yeah, I know it failed. Yeah, the Peugeot 3007.
400 meters.
Is that the SUV car? Because that doesn't actually look terrible in my opinion.
Turn left.
Modern Peugeots look better, but I didn't think that the 3007 doesn't look terrible, I don't think. Like the modern Peugeot 508 looks really quite nice. Alright, let's get this into cross-country mode. I feel like I remember that and also don't remember that at the same time. Okay. We want rally tires. We want rally suspension. Okay, we've already got a race transmission. Good, good. We got fat rear tires. Good. Might want some fatter front tires though. Let's go 215s. That's the smallest ones that they go up a level. Okay. Ah, yes. I remember that. That was a funny car, just in real life. A weird kind of car. Oop. But I did like the double kind of bubble roof it had going on. That was cool. Absolutely it did. You're completely right. I forgot about that. Yeah, all carbon fiber. No, I think having it all carbon fiber would just crash the stream bit rate more than it already does. I go for just timber. Some kind of teak. Yeah. Wait, let's see what the old community's got going on. What does the community have for the Wheeling Sunshine? Of course there's a Rick and Morty car. Go police? Go a different kind of police? That is kind of interesting. There's not a huge amount. Okay. So if anyone wants to break into the paint market on Forza, maybe have a look at the Wheeling Sunshine. That'll do. And we'll just go black. Kind of sporty. But also something you could see being bought by Karen at the dealership. I don't know how well this is going to handle. It absolutely does have P-car vibes. That's another thing you reminded me. Thank you. I have seen a Honda S900 in real life. There was someone around me who drove one for a while. I haven't seen it recently, but I remember seeing it and thinking it was a long way from its natural habitat.
Arrived at your destination.
I think we're gonna have a little bit of trouble, but we'll see what happens. It does have a sort of Suzuki Ignis vibe to it, doesn't it? Oh well, after all of that, looks like we're going with the Sandman anyway. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go with the Sandman. And that's not the car I selected, but that's alright. We'll go with this one then. We'll use the El Camino in the first race, I guess. I feel like we're taking particularly long to load today. No, I'm generally not a huge fan of muscle ute / pickup trucks. I feel like it's a recipe for disaster. At the very least, you're going to waste a lot of the power because you don't have enough weight at the back to keep the wheels on the ground. And at the worst, you're not going to be able to take a corner comfortably for the same reason. Like, whilst the Holden Special Vehicles Maloo is very much an Australian icon, I still wouldn't pick one up myself if I had the opportunity. Oh, well, they've got a wheeling. Should I just go over the point limit back? Okay. The ute bed seems to go just forever. Of course, it doesn't help that we are on stock tires and have a 4-speed gearbox. That's the other question I should ask about your Buick, Shadow. Is it going to be, is it a manual or is it an automatic? Nah, sorry, I need to do this with the Sandman. Yeah, I had a feeling it was an auto. Would be an auto. How many gears does it have, do you know? 4. Okay, that's not terrible for 1970. Yeah, with a bench seat up front. Okay, now I've made sure to get the Sandman. Yeah, I thought as much. That's very American muscle car. Does it even have seatbelts, actually, now that I think about it? I hadn't even thought about it, but that would probably be one of the things that I'd definitely want to add to an older car, seatbelts. Yeah. It just doesn't feel right when I get in a car and I haven't put a seatbelt on. Like, it feels like such a integral part to the getting into a car that I just wouldn't feel right not putting on a seatbelt. Alright, while this loads, I'm going to get some water. If you want to find out what kind of PI level my sergeant would give to you, please type !mark Forza PI in chat and see what you get. I'll be back in a minute. I have returned. And the race is loaded. Let us commence. Now hopefully this one does a little bit better than the last one. This had a little bit of a more traction-y takeoff than the last one. Man, that is a very impressive... My goodness, look at that design. That's so detailed. Thanks for having me back, Shadow. Oh, okay, let's go around the water tank this time. Land on the pyramid there. This is I don't think it's being realized super well here, but I think this would be hilarious fun if done properly though. Like if it was just a bunch of unupgraded or zooped up Winnebagos, this would be hilarious fun. But I am struggling to keep up. Yeah, motorhome rally. That'd be hilarious fun. We need to have a serious look at what's going on with this car. We're gonna go back to my crib. And probably swap out the tires, I reckon, at the very least. Yeah, sure, let's have a look at the accolades. Sweet, we got the CRX Mugen. But that's not a van, so I don't care for the moment. The other thing that could be interesting is like courier racing. That was just delivery vans, and I have not actually seen Mad Max 1 the whole way through. The only Mad Max I've seen the whole way through is Mad Max Fury Road. Okay. Fury Road is very, very good in my opinion. Okay, so we only see... Okay, so we could probably do off-road tires, is that right? No. Okay, let's try that. Now, can we do some work on the engine? Try and take us back a little bit. Ah, that's a good question actually as well. Thank you, Shadow. I hadn't even thought about that, but you're probably right. Yep. So we can go rally, or we can go... rally's only 1 point higher. Might as well go rally. Do we have weight reduction in here? Nope. We have carbon brakes. That doesn't really make as much difference as I would have thought. Okay. What gearbox are we running? A sports transmission. go street transmission. Doesn't really change much. I think we're just gonna have to take some stuff out of the engine block. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too hard. We give that back. There we go. Top of the line. Now our sand man has become a dirt man. It's going to be a little bit slower, but I reckon it'll be better overall on the off-road section. And hopefully not too much worse, if not as good as it was on the street section. Okay, let's hop in. I'd really like to own a station wagon, to be honest. I think there's something really nice about a station wagon. Yeah, I don't actually know if I've put a diff on this bad boy. But if I haven't, we can always put it on, and it really doesn't affect the PI at all, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Currently, don't know. A used Corolla station wagon probably is what I'd realistically be able to afford, if that. I just think station wagons are the way to like do a 4-door car. The dream would be like a Volkswagen Golf station wagon. Either a Golf R station wagon or a Golf All-Track station wagon. Mark 7.5, probably. Mark 8's got not enough kind of physical buttons, in my opinion. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah. It's such an impressive design, man. Get away, my fellow Sandman. Stay healthy, bud. I've already beaten you to it, man. I already got some water and got up and went to the bathroom. Keep up. It's like you don't even watch the stream. Wow, I really whiffed that corner. Let's have another look at that. I do appreciate your concern. Stay healthy, bud. Yeah, I guess so. It's a really tough racer, it turns out. That Wuling is falling ass. The guys in front are just pulling away, and the guys behind are sticking to me like glue. It's just annoying me. There's just a horde of angry delivery men behind me. Yeah, I might have to have a look at that. Let's quit. We'll head back to the drawing board. I don't think I'll all-wheel drive swap this, because I don't think I'll have room to. But we'll see what we've got. But I think you're right, an all-wheel drive swap is in order. Let's see what cars we got going on. Oh, wrong button. That one. Man. Hey, maybe we take a stock wheeling. We got enough Ford Transit vans. Let's break out one of these bad boys. Get an OG Ford Transit, and we'll take it to stardom. Okay, first things first. All-wheel drive. Next cab off the rack. I still like a good old Ford Transit, to be honest. Rally tires. Oh, continue working. Thank you, Sergeant. They've stopped making Ford Transit vans, haven't they now? The right shame. Yeah, we failed to get to 161k. No, we failed to stop. No, we failed to get to it and to stop. Okay, good. Oh, nice. I was worried that I could have sworn I heard they'd stopped making it. That's good. I'm glad they haven't. Gotta get the rally suspension on. We'll definitely need some anti-roll bars, that's for sure. Lose a bit of weight. Yeah, we can stiff that up and it doesn't look too intrusive. We'll probably need a... Oh no, we've already got a better transmission, don't we? Go 7-speed. And we will make sure we've got a diff this time. Get some big boy wheels on the back. What can we do in the way of engine swaps? Actually, what can we do in the way of customization? Get rid of the chrome at the front and the chrome at the back. That'll do, I think. Let's have a look at the engine swaps. Okay, so we can't do any of them. Moment to be C class. That's fine. Probably turbocharge. Let's supercharge. Get upgrading the engine. Let's hear it purr, come on. Oh, what a beast. Might actually get rid of the supercharger. It's because I'm not a huge fan of the supercharger whine. Let's go turbocharge for now. Displacement, check. Piston, check. Valves, check. Turbo, check. Flywheel, check. And I will go camshaft. Check. Check. I think that's pretty much all we can do. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Is that the one that Hammond picked up in the removalist challenge? That one's slightly better. Yeah, that looks like great fun. I can get some sweet wheels. They're probably a little bit lighter than these ones, actually. Hell yeah, ballin', just so tight. So sick. I know it's not going to help us in any way, but how big can we go? Hell yeah. Nothing says off-road like 21-inch rims with the smallest amount of rubber around the outside. Hell yeah. Ecstasy exhibit would be proud. And when it comes down to it, isn't that who we're all trying to make proud of us? Exhibit. I think I've done pretty much everything I can and or want to. Could maybe add on front bumper aero. But I don't particularly want to. We can't do any engine swaps. I think adding an intercooler will just slow us down. Oh, not too much. Fuel and cooling like that? No? Okay. We'll add those in. Okay, so we're almost 4 times as fast. We're 200 kilos lighter, and we can take 150% of the lateral Gs that we could before. And we look significantly more pimpin'. Money well spent. Alright, let's see what the Forza Hive Mind has for us. And by that I meant fine new designs. Got the Michelin, we got the Spam Van, the Policia, Tesco. Made by a Samurai Fenbot. Interesting. Peppa Pig, Rusty Tesco's. The Conspiracy Van. Tough call. Let's go Tesco. But I swear if they get rid of my sweet rims in this process, there'll be hell to pay. No, they're still there. Rad. Okay, let's ride. Looks like it's Scottish judging from the back of the car. Yeah, there's a little Scottish flag in there. Gotta deliver these kidney beans stat. Dragging the Tesco van off to deliver the home delivery orders. Someone ordered same day delivery at 11:59 p.m. Yeah, there's something nice about them. They were just a bit simpler back then, weren't they? Alright, let's see how pimpin' this car actually is in terms of winning races. Because it's one over our hearts, we know that much. Yeah. Do you have a rev counter in your Buick, do you know? Because I feel given that it's an automatic, I could see it very easily not having one. Particularly seeing as it's a column shift. Interesting, okay. That's how you know it's a sports car. Got a tachometer. As if you wouldn't be intimidated by this pulling up. That's pretty respectable for the 70s. Tesco's racing team. That does look kind of glorious having the Tesco logo lit up in green or whatever. Okay. Let's show these people what a real supermarket can do. Alright, Shadow, it turns out it was a very good suggestion switching to all-wheel drive. We're at the very least keeping up with everyone. We're looking great doing it, frankly. What's the name of the model of Buick you're getting again, Shadow? Yeah, you'd think so, right? I don't don't think there's very much utility about a F-150 Lightning. Thanks. I just wanted to look it up off stream or something. If only all the other vans had similar paint schemes for like Poundland or whatever. For some reason I've forgotten all other English supermarkets apart from Tesco, which is probably by design. Pound stretcher, I haven't encountered that one. I encountered Poundland and I was fascinated because unlike a $2 shop here, where not everything is $2, in Poundland, almost everything was a pound. At least the one in, I think it was Glasgow that I went to. Admittedly, that was back in like 2010. Pound probably went a little bit further back then than it does now. Yeah, it's so much nicer. That was one of the worst parts about going to America. Trying to figure out if you did in fact have the right amount of money to pay for what you had, because the tax wasn't included in the price. Yeah, we don't do that here either. It's all included on the sticker. Like a civilized country. Come on, let Tesco through. The GMC's pipped the Ford Transit today. We put up a much better fight than we did before. Wow, that El Camino got schooled. And so did the Lightning too, actually. Yes! Until you said that, I didn't even think about it, but absolutely. Where are the other races? There's one. Reveal to me your secrets map. There's another one. Thank you, Sergeant. Let's go down to the swamp. Go to the swamp Tesco.
400 meters. Turn left.
Actually, we've got rally tires. We can go direct.
In 200 meters. Turn left. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
No, I know where I'm going,
Turn
possibly.
sharp left. Recalculating route.
Too many greenhouses, not enough Tesco's.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
I think I did. I certainly got, I'm pretty sure I got all of the different Horizon installment ones. we're rocking the Horizon 2 badge. Wait, let's have a look. No, I didn't get the last one. I never can be bothered to get that many points. But I got all the other ones at least. And frankly, the cake doesn't appeal to me as much as these other ones do. What about yourself? Did you get all of them, including the cake?
400 meters, turn sharp right. In 200 meters, turn sharp right. In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right.
At Tesco's, we deliver wherever you are.
In 200 meters, turn left.
I can never be bothered to get the 240 points or whatever it is.
You
It's
have
required
arrived
to
at your
get
destination.
the ultimate one. I use the Horizon 2 one the most just because that was my first and probably favourite one, if I'm honest with myself. Well, second favourite, but it was my first one. We gotta try and get first place. I mean, it makes sense to have those kind of things. Or even to just like allow emojis in the club names or something. Club or clan names, so you could have Fox, Molecule, Shadow Fox, Horizon 1 emblem at the end. That's a nice ute. I don't know why it's Apple computer themed, but it's nice looking. It's a pretty theme, if nothing else. Right, Tesco's, let's take these guys to church. Alright, we're doing better. Hell yeah. Yeah, right. I can't remember why it was, but I remembered in the last couple of weeks. Oh yeah, Apple used to have kind of illuminated logos on the back of their laptops, and they don't do that anymore. I just remember that in the last couple of weeks. I was like, oh yeah, that was something they did. That was really quite cool, and a lot of companies tried to copy it for a while, to varying levels of success. No, not especially either. I never had an iPod. I don't know, I guess I discovered an interest in music too late for that to really matter, because by the time I did, it was the world of smartphones, really. And most iPods did exist. They weren't really what I was looking for. And also, I didn't like Apple. So instead, like a weirdo that I am, I ordered a Microsoft Zune 16 gigabyte in maroon red internationally and used that instead. And that was a nice bit of kit. Was it one of those iPod Classics, Shadow? With like the hard drive in it and the wheel. Yeah, I haven't used an Apple computer in forever at this point now. I remember I was astonished because my cousin had one. Well, more specifically, he had iTunes. And he showed us his music library, and it was something like 2 days. Or something astonishing like that, at the time at least. And it just blew my mind back in, 2006 or 7. That anyone could need that much music, let alone have it. Do you still have it out of curiosity, the iPod Shadow? Because they're a real... They're verging on a museum piece at this point, really. Should hold on to it. I still have my Zune, but unfortunately the battery's swollen, so it's deformed. Hell yeah. Sure, yeah, I'll like Samurai Femboy's Tesco's fan design, of course I will. Why are you suggesting I wouldn't like Samurai Femboy's Tesco van design? Like I said, by the time I was kind of in the market for an iPod, smartphones were already around. So I bought a Zune for my first year of university, and then the year after I picked up a smartphone. But I was a pretty late comer to the smartphone market, to be honest.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Oh yeah, how did that work? Like, could you play music off of the iPod on your 360, or back up stuff to your iPod? That was a rubbish drift. Because I didn't have an iPod or a 360, so I'm completely lost. Nice. So I heard that the 360 had a much more sophisticated kind of play your own music system than current day consoles do. In that it would stop your music when there was a cutscene, and then resume it when the cutscene was over. Yeah, it's a real shame that that was removed for some reason. Right, I need something a bit quicker. Kind of amazing how much of a step backwards the what is now last generation consoles were from their previous ones. Yeah, let's go in this. This is my reliable get somewhere quickly car. Yeah, I'll be honest, I am kind of tempted to pick up one of those late revision Xbox 360s, the 360E I think it was called.
In 400 meters, turn sharp left.
Yeah, I think there's... Yeah, I think about that money. I've seen someone... the old Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree for about $100 or so. And I've seen them at CEX or the like for about $120. Yeah, right. And then the PlayStation 3 when it launched was close to $1,000 down here.
In 200 meters, turn sharp right.
Just crazy money. Particularly back then. Well, it'll happen like it has with the Nintendo 64 and the NES, SNES and NES. It'll get cheaper and then it'll take off again. Damn, that is a lot of money. I don't know if it'd be that much, but you'd probably be shelling out more money for a PlayStation 1 nowadays than you would for like a PlayStation 3. I would wager. If for no other reason that there's just more PlayStation 3s. My first console was the Xbox One, so I haven't really had a huge experience of console gaming. The most I got of like older stuff is through the backwards compatibility program they had, so like playing all the old God of Wars and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember. I've seen the ads for that. That was a real kind of cultural phenomenon, wasn't it? I know my stepfather was, or is, I don't know if he still is, really big into the Tomb Raider games as well. Have you played the newer Tomb Raider games? The reboot trilogy or whatever it is? Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I guess it was kind of like Fortnite is now. This Tomb Raider is this kind of game that transcends gaming that everyone knows about.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay. I only played 2 of them. I haven't played the last one, but I enjoyed them. But then again, I haven't played any of the other Tomb Raiders, so I can't give you any kind of value judgment. Yeah, Angel of Darkness wasn't particularly great.
Turn sharp left.
Yeah, the publisher probably wanted to really milk
Turn
it.
sharp left.
Milk the IP until it's dry.
Turn right.
And the devs just, you know, got mortgages to pay off. Exactly how a Aston Martin Vulcan Valkyrie so I was meant to be driven. Ow.
You have arrived at your destination.
Well, if you see the newer Tomb Raiders cheap, I'd commend them to you, but otherwise, yeah. Yeah, I think it's... I don't know, there's still like really great games being made, obviously. But I think there's definitely a lot more money focus, I guess, nowadays. Particularly from the likes of EA and what have you. Everyone's favorite gaming boogeyman. Well, I guess part of that, or reason for that as well, is that it was a lot harder to make a game back then. Like, you were really on the cutting edge. But I think if you particularly look at the smaller or the indie titles, you can definitely find a lot of devs that believe in what they're doing and are passionate about what they're putting forward. Question then is, what made you switch over to be an Xbox user, Shadow? Excuse me, everyone, passing through. Turning. Gotta maintain the revs high enough. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty big selling point then. I remember I had the... Yeah, they were enormous things, and the controllers were the worst. One of my friends back in primary school had one, and I think he had one third-party controller that was reasonably sized, like what the Xbox Ones and 360 controllers are. But all of the other ones were those enormous Duke ones, and they're just too big. I don't know what in Microsoft's research and development decided we're going to have enormous controllers. Or wasn't the Jaguar the one that had like 1,000 buttons on it? Atari and Sega as console manufacturers, at least. Yeah, Tesco for the W. Tesco's. Oh yeah, that's right. And it had that kind of holster thing at the top. Be a save slot or something? An extra screen or whatever? No, I think we can all agree that one of the weirdest controllers has to be the Nintendo 64 one. Neat. Okay, we need 4 more points. Let's get them by doing the Donut Media story. But first, let's check out our emails. Nothing of particular note. So when I do get a better graphics card, I am looking forward to that. Looking forward to some ray tracing, particularly in photo mode. That'll be fantastic. Hell yeah. I don't know. Oh, maybe that's for the Swedish car, perhaps. But thank you. I would like to spin the super wheel. Yeah, I find it interesting how, like, Sony, basically after the DualShock, was like, we've got this figured out. Like, the first controller, you can quite clearly see how they all come from that. They are very obviously related, at least until the PlayStation 4. Like, the PlayStation 5 one is quite different, but it still can visibly trace its lineage back to the first one. And the same with the Xbox to a lesser extent. You can quite clearly see how the Duke became the 360 controller, and then once they hit the 360 controller, they were like, we've crushed it. We're not touching this in any way, really. When it comes to the face buttons, we're done. But Nintendo's always like, this could be better, probably. Or at the very least, it could be different. And I want to annoy gamers all over the world by using the same lettering as the Xbox controller, but in different locations. Oops, it's a sharper corner than I thought. find it so weird that that Nintendo will, like, I'm pretty sure it's official, will sell you a GameCube to USB adapter for your Nintendo Switch so you can use your Wavebird controllers from the GameCube on your Switch. Because they, at some level, acknowledge that this is a preferred controller by the community. But also, every generation, they're like, no, we're going to try something different. Alright, Donut, what do you got for us? I think my uncle has a Mega Drive, actually. He's got one of the older Atari? Or is it Sega? He's got one of the other. He's got one of the older non.
Hey man, stop trying to fight
normal-
everyone. Just ask them if they want to race.
Yeah, I'll
Fine.
pass. I left my Centenario in my other pants.
Oh, look at me, I'm Nolan. I got Centenario pants.
James, Nolan, I thought it was you two. Welcome to Mexico.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you in the flesh. Wow. I've seen you jump cars out of planes. And that thing in the sky, how does it even stay up there?
Calm down, fanboy.
You know Horizon. Haley didn't tell me you were coming down.
Yeah, we heard the festival was here, so we brought the whole crew down for the weekend.
Let me get out of the way of the subtitles.
And Nolan.
They'll look for them around the festival. Nice car, though. Is that yours, James?
Yeah, it's mine. Sweet little personal ride with some personal modifications.
This is usually where someone hands me the key.
Just be careful with it. I've seen you drive too. You know what? I think I'm just gonna go with you.
I
Fanboy.
confess this is not the first time that I've loaded up, because I loaded it up first to make sure.
Right.
Just do some
Let's see
quick
what this
checks
can
of
do.
things.
Hey, whoa!
And I was thrown into it first.
Finish fixing this thing.
But I was thrown into it first in a glitchy way. Thank you, Sergeant. So it just had the first subtitle and nothing else.
Guys,
and I couldn't hear anything either.
but we've got a dust storm blowing up along your route.
So I'm glad it worked the second time.
Oh, not perfect. Not perfect.
In 200 meters, turn right.
Feels good. Let's see if we can find some dirt to tear up.
Not too much tearing it up though, right?
Trust me, James.
Well, you're literally inside a sandstorm now, so have fun, I guess.
No, Nolan, it's fine. I wanted a new paint job anyway.
Mandatory how, Shadow?
So, you're just driving me out into the middle of the Mexican desert.
Don't worry, James. There's a beetle I want to show you.
I'm kind of relieved. I gotta say, I'm kind of relieved.
This is a noisy sandstorm.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Oh yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Turn right.
Back on the road. This thing handles.
Is this the first car that you've driven?
Did they do that
It is
in the
literally
Horizon
way
update? I
faster
can't
than it's
remember.
supposed to. I just love how much history VW has here. It all started with this guy, Prince Alfonso de Hohenlohe. He was a friend
Yeah.
of mine, of course. Anyway, our guy, Prince,
Not
had
a
7
extraordinarily
Volkswagens
large fan of that
1965
development either.
None of them finished first because, you know, duh, 1.2 liter engine. But those 7 Beetles, they all rolled over the finish line like a parade at an average of 61 miles per hour. There were 2 Ferraris that didn't finish that. People said that old Birdie had smuggled in some Porsche engines, so they had to get a consultant from Houston to confirm that the cars were legit. Our boy Prince Alfonso opened his dealership later that year, and the rest is history.
I guess the point is that they've put either so much work or so much money into getting the license for, say, the donut people, that they, we're going to make it worth it, kind of thing. Yeah, that sucks. Maybe. I feel they should have done something like that for the Horizon update.
What am I looking at?
This is the Hypervote show? Alejandro says it'll do over 200 miles per hour. I'm not sure how that's even possible.
Where they would...
Alejandro
I think it would make
built
sense for that if they had done it
Don't look at me, man.
over
You're the
4
one who gets paid
parts,
to be a
like
passenger.
the Horizon 1, Horizon
Yeah.
2, Horizon 3, Horizon 4.
Let's go.
Right. Keep your speed up. I'll call the route. Road's technical ahead, then opens up. I'll call it when you can for it. Okay, right is easier, but both ways work. You decide.
Well, we're going right, obviously. Right is easier.
Here we go. Give it the beans.
You've done this before, right, Nolan?
I'm okay with it. 'Cause that's what I am. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've set it off, and that's definitely my dream.
Okay, just let me catch my breath here.
You know, I've got an idea. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, let's build a car. You up for that?
Absolutely. I'll see you at the test track at dawn.
At dawn? Why? I mean, yeah. See you there.
I would have paid good money for a remastered version of the French Riviera and northern Italian area of Horizon 2. Particularly if they implemented seasons.
Hey, we're at the test track. Got my coffee. You know, drop by whenever you're ready to build a car or something. On your own time.
No worries. I'll be right over.
Like if they had redone all of the maps of the previous games to the Horizon 5 standard, like with seasons and stuff.
In 400 meters.
Don't worry about,
turn right.
in my opinion at least, don't worry about any of the cars per se, just the maps. I think I'd still probably pay like full price for that.
You have arrived at your destination.
Right. First step is we gotta choose a donor car. What do we got, Nolan?
Got a couple of options. Which do we want to work on? Remember, if you want to work on a different car later, come back here and pick it from this list.
Well, let's go the 240 SX is a little bit Underground 2 for my taste. Let's go the Trans Am. Same decade as your Buick. I wonder if I don't know. I wonder if they'll do like the same thing but with different cars if they did do a part 2.
Just hit the button to bring up the upgrade menu at any time.
We're gonna swap the entire drivetrain. All-wheel drive is what we need to make a rally beast out of this. Check conversions for that.
I do feel like this would be
Done and done.
a very
Don't worry about the cost
useful
of upgrades just now. James will get
like
that.
tutorial to the
What?
game.
Fine. We're gonna need proper suspension if we're gonna take this thing off-road. Rally suspension is what we need. That's in platform and handling. Tires, check and check.
Like this is a very, I can see this being very useful for a new player who's never kind of used the Forza
Hey,
upgrade system
nicely
as to
done.
how to convert a
That
car
should do it for the
to,
first pass. All right. Take it
rally
around the
car.
test track.
and it's something that the game doesn't necessarily have.
Oh, this is the Horizon test track. Looks like there's routes for asphalt, mixed surface, and even off-road, all signposted up. Nice. Is this new?
Yeah, pretty new. Can't wait to bring all my other cars here.
Well, hold on, we're meant to. We'll do some other upgrading. We're a rally car, so of course we'll have to have a huge blower. Get that one. Like any good rally car has. A wee lip spoiler. The game is chugging for some reason. Oh, we've already upgraded it, so it's got a 6-speed already. A pretty cool implementation of the standard upgrade system, being able to do it outside of the garage as well, which is particularly cool. I'll just leave it at that for now. Yeah, you're right. I should continue upgrading it. We want a V12 or a V10? The real questions are being asked tonight. Or we could go for a V8 diesel. Intriguing proposition. Oh, we could go the 6.2. You're not wrong there. I wish the diesel was a more viable upgrade option. I do want to use it, but I just never really find the need for it. I mean, also, to your point, why not upgrade it fully? It's free, so, you know, might as well go ham. Boy, is it chugging, though. But it's not the GPU, I don't think. Oh, maybe it is. No, maybe not. Also, I mean, my computer is probably not designed for the settings, and I've got it on and streaming as well. So I can't blame Playground Games entirely for this. My computer at the best of times is holding on by the seat of its pants. Okay, so it's not just me. We'll go 7. put in a diff, and then we'll just get out of here. We'll tune it later.
When you're ready, bring up the upgrade menu, and we'll take a look at one more important change to make to build a solid rally car.
Okay, thank you. That is good to know. I nailed it. Excellent. That's a very Poggers moment right there.
Hey, I've just finished setting up. Head on over when you can.
In 400 meters, turn right.
Yeah.
Turn right.
That's clearly the... Look, we need to actually set a limit because it's strictly an event and we need limits for those. But also, we need a limit that no one will actually care about because it's so long. Whoop, too many get down. Once we finish this story, I reckon I'll raid out and call it a night.
I've hooked up some computer bits to the car. I need you to drive it as fast as possible along the entire route.
Can do. Let's go.
Are you ready to put this car to the test?
Am I? Let's do this.
Oh, gotta turn right. Nice entry speed. I think that is probably what I'm most disappointed in. Like, I understand that. Thank you, Sergeant.
Nice.
It's nice that they gave you the basic walkthrough. You want all-wheel drive, you want rally
Oh,
tires,
for sure. I think I know.
and
a
rally
place.
suspension.
I'll call you.
But I honestly would have preferred it if they had actually gone through the tuning of it. Because that is the stuff that I am not as familiar with, and I've been playing the game for a while now.
Yo! This is the place. Get down here so we can time trial this car.
Oh, we got some sweet merch. Okay. But does it then... But you don't then have one of the characters walk you through it in the same way they did the upgrades, did they?
Turn left.
If that's the case, then I've clearly just missed it. Okay, alright, well that's on me then. That's not on them. I should have a look at that because I'm not as familiar as I should be with that kind of stuff.
I've got the route laid out and ran some numbers for the times you should
I
be
might do
aiming
that.
for.
I swear, Nolan, I'm gonna start charging the festival for all the work you're doing.
We've got to be scientific, man.
All right, jump in. Let's go.
Go! Keep it on the road. I've put down some stuff to mark the turnoff.
Wow. Is he always...
Okay, no, we do have to stay on the road for that one. Yeah, it's a nice shirt.
excited?
You have no idea. He loves rolls.
particular the fact that we've got a pretty enormous and powerful V8 with all-wheel drive and rally tires will help us get there and get 3 stars. Bit close. Not too close.
There we go. You know, I think we built a pretty good car.
I think we actually have to put it up against something along a rally route.
Oh, I know. There's some great roads near the old airfield.
Well, that sounds like what we need. Let's meet there.
Okay.
Hey, I think we found the place. It looks like it's gonna rain though, so don't leave us hanging here. You know, for a famously fast person, you certainly are late a lot.
I'll be there shortly. Head into one of the old hangars if it starts to shut down.
In 400 meters.
At least the dialogue's not overly cringy, which is nice.
Turn right.
Maybe that'll be in the second part of the story if it comes out. Where it'll have a bit more of a kind of Mass Effect Paragon or Rebel, I think it was.
400 meters.
Choice tree to your conversations.
Turn left.
Let's just get on the runway.
Recalculating route. You have arrived at your destination.
Alrighty. Let's get these 15 stars.
Yeah, it started to rain. But that's just gonna make this an even better test.
Speak for yourself, dude. I'm not riding in that through this weather. I will be driving this.
James, where did you get that?
Some Scottish guy named Alex handed me the keys. Man, I love Horizon. See you guys.
Guess it's just me and you then, Nolan. Are you ready?
Hello, boys and girls. Do you like the car?
It is a nice looking Honda. I do like the lines of that car.
Easy right, then easy left. Hard left! Hard left!
Oop, 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 oop.
Two jumps into easy right.
Damn, that's a lot of money.
Jump, then easy right into water. Don't cut. Easy left into hard left. Don't cut. Water into easy right.
How's that hunk of junk holding up? I've got heated seats in here.
I've got questions about my life choices. Crossing asphalt, then into a right. Don't cut. Easy right into long left. Caution.
Why I think I've got it.
Long right into easy left, then hard right in surface change.
I don't think I paid 20 million for it. I know that much.
Now it's asphalt to the end. Get him!
Already got him. Imagine if you had like a twin turbocharged V12 in the front of this bad boy. It wouldn't even be a competition. Oh, did you just go point to point?
Well, that's not my fault, okay? You had a pretty good driver.
More like you have no idea how to handle that car.
Me and Justin could do some D-list stuff. We might be able to get high and low car down here. I mean, if we're careful. This is gonna be great. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, you're right. It does sound like it's the start of something more rather than the end of the whole thing. I'm impressed. That must have taken a lot of rewinds to do. I just want to quickly check if I do actually have that Honda. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Okay. I must have done the playlist. I just not realized. They always come out of nowhere, don't they, those trees? Yeah, I didn't get that. That's alright. Doesn't unlock anything. I should have a look at doing that at some point, probably. Drift club if I can be bothered. If I can be bothered. Ah, that's where you get that Peugeot from. Okay. I'm just looking through all of these different things that I've never really properly looked at. Oh, so you can get a stock Volkswagen Beetle. Hey. Might have to have a look at that then. Oh, let's do the wheel spin. Got a Viking Shout, which is very poggers. But, as advertised, I think I will call it there. Thank you for joining me this Friday evening, or Friday, wherever you may be. I hope the rest of your Friday and start of your Saturday is a good one. In the meantime, let us have a look at who we want to raid. I'm going to suggest we have a look at Kusaki Desu. They're currently playing Plate Up with two other streamers, Sylvixen and Megazarts. I will be playing probably Wreckfest tomorrow. In any event, I will certainly be streaming tomorrow. So come along to find out if that prediction was correct. And like I said, have a good start to your weekend. Cheerio.